You know, as all of us do, I make my own arrangements of songs. And as per my earlier discourse, law says I can do that. Very often when I do a song that was written for a big band, I change it radically because the guitar part is written to support the band, which has horns and strings and so on. It's not written for one guy with a guitar and a voice. So I'll take the arrangement and simplify it, leave out the minor 11ths with suspended fourths, you know. Because then it becomes more intimate and more accessible. When I do a folk song or a country song, I tend to make it a little more complex than it originally was. Because in that way I can make it more my own, which is what you should do with a song. I started working on this one the other day, a couple days ago. It's one of those songs that I always thought I should do, but never remembered to do it. I decided I'd leave out a couple words that I always thought were extraneous. They always felt clumsy to me. I always hated them. I decided I'd do it with a cut capo, which pushed me into changing the chord progression a bit, which then pushed me into changing the melody line a bit, which then pushed me back to the chords, and I went round and round. And ended up with an arrangement that doesn't sound very much like the original at all. It's much more of a deviation than what I usually do. This is the first time out of the barn, so to speak. See how it goes. The song was written in 1969 by a fellow named Tom Paxton. I have to remember how it begins, which means I have to remember the name of the bloody thing. Ah, thank you, thank you.
That's right.
It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand, in the wing of an eye, my soul is turning, in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. That was the last thing on my mind. You've got a reason aplenty for going. This I know, this I know, for the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. That was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you, each song in my breast dies a mourning. Without you, without you, are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind.